week's episode of Pokémon Generations shines like silver and gold, and that's because we're taking a journey to the Johto region. This week's episode involves the mysterious son of Giovanni, the former leader of Team Rocket, your rival from Gold and Silver, Silver himself. This week's episode of Pokémon Generations was painfully simple. I wouldn't say it was the most exciting episode of the series. Like, if you're hoping to see like a really cool, kick-ass Pokémon battle, you're definitely not going to get it in this episode. But this one right here focused on Team Rocket trying to take over the Johto region and trying to get in contact with their boss, Giovanni, who suddenly disappeared years ago. Despite the fact that Giovanni has seemingly abandoned the Team Rocket organization, his son is sort of picking up the slack in his very own way. We get this really great scene at the beginning of the episode where you have Silver who's getting ready to take on the Pokemon League when he's confronted by Looker, the investigator, and he lets him know that Team Rocket has been going around Johto causing all sorts of trouble, and we even get a reference to that event from the games where they go to the radio tower and they try to contact their boss and take it over with all of their Pokemon. So there are a few Pokemon scenes in this episode. One of them, the only one that really sticks out of my mind, was an Arbok that showed up. We also get a flashback with Silver years ago when Giovanni decided to leave Team Rocket and the gym altogether after actually battling both your original player and the rival from the games. And you get to see that their relationship is incredibly strained, to the point where Silver decides that he's just going to go off, do his own thing, and try not to rely on the help of other people, but just his Pokemon. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's the fact that I haven't played Gold and Silver since like the early 2000s, but I just remember your rival in that game, Silver, being way much more of an asshole. And here, he seems kind of like a class act kind of character. Maybe he's kind of like Blue, where he starts out at the beginning of the game as kind of an asshole, and then by the end of it, he ends up becoming just a good, friendly rival. There is one scene in this episode that definitely caught my attention, and this could just be speculation on my part, but during the whole flashback sequence between Giovanni and his son, Giovanni mentioned that at some point in the future, he plans on rebuilding and reviving Team Rocket. Is this a subtle hint that we could see the return of everybody's favorite villain team from the Pokemon series? Could Team Rocket actually have a presence in the upcoming Pokemon Sun and Moon? For all we know, Giovanni could actually be the leader of Team Skull or even a part of the Ether Foundation. We're just going to have to wait and see, but maybe I'm just taking things a little too literal. Still, I would love to see the return of Team Rocket. Hell, they've been one of the most important parts of Pokemon Generations thus far. Almost every single episode has involved them in some way, and it makes sense. They're great classic villains, as goofy as they are, and as hard it is to take them seriously sometimes. I love Team Rocket. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Pokémon Generations? A really simple episode that left me kind of wanting just a little bit more. I just wanted a Pokémon battle this week, and instead I just got a lot of dudes talking and reminding me of the games that I used to play in the old days, and really that's all Pokémon Generations is supposed to do. It was designed to hit that nostalgic funny bone, and it certainly does that a lot, especially with the imagery, the Pokémon, Team Rocket, seeing Silver again, which I don't remember him looking that androgynous. Maybe it's just because I was playing the Game Boy games and you can't even really tell what people look like. They all kind of look the same, just with slightly different hairstyles. Still, I do think it's interesting that Looker has been a part of a lot of the episodes, especially stuff that's involved with Team Rocket. Like I said, they're really classic villains. But honestly, I just want to see some more cool Pokemon battles. Like, last week's episode certainly upped the ante a bit with all the scenes with Lance and the Dragonite, the Red Gyarados fighting against Team Rocket. I want another episode that's also on par when Blue actually challenged the Elite Four. Maybe that's what we're going to get in the next episode, is actually seeing Silver go up against the Johto region's Elite Four, which frankly, I think would be really awesome. Again, it's another one of those key events that you knew took place in a game, but you never had the opportunity to actually see it. So I think this would be something really good for the fans and something that they would want to see. That being said, this is still a pretty decent episode of Pokemon Generations. It wasn't exactly my favorite episode, but just like the rest of them, it was certainly a nostalgic one. I'm going to drop a 3 out of 5 on this one. Check it out, Pokemon fans. Make sure to check out Pokemon's official YouTube channel to check out all the new episodes. If you want to watch this episode, I'll put a link for it in the description box below so that you guys can check it out. And if you guys did watch this episode of Pokemon Generations, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below, and make sure to tell me what you hope to see from the rest of this brand new Pokemon Generations anime series. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave me a comment. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby!